All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol BB Blackberry. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow to all the subscribers. Welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor to be aware that I had made a video yesterday on the correlation towards the end of the market day on Blackberry, AMC, Naked Brand, GameStop. Who else was in that list? Nokia, all of those, even Genius Brands, all of them were having a correlation based off their last candlestick. And it's like somebody knew information, or investors were already getting fearful or uncertain for the next days to come because we were leading into the end of the week. And a lot of investors that have after hours accessibility have that option, but a lot of other investors in Robinhood and other platforms don't. So I think that was something that left some people behind in this uncertainty. And then also everything being halted was not going to make things even better. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend checking it out just so you can see my thought process on what I was noticing. Even though the stocks were halted, it was showing some signs. And this type of pullback, we were going to see it at some point. So I want every single investor to be aware of that and not just be caught completely by surprise that this was all possible, right? So what I want every single investor to know is just the thought process on what I was seeing and how they were all correlating, just so you can learn from that. And we're going to look at what these charts are showing now. But I believe that halting and things kind of collapsing and being kind of frozen, or you couldn't buy but you can sell type of thing, was kind of not fair overall for investors. But let's go ahead and see here what's going on with Blackberry. And I want every single investor to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol that you want to add to your watch list moving forward. So stay tuned for that. So Blackberry's already building momentum here since we've looked at it and we started the video. It jumped up a bit. Now it's about to touch the resistance level I was about to talk about. I already had placed it. Now earlier when I was doing the first videos, I was looking over all the charts and I saw Blackberry and I said, okay, this is the resistance level here right now. Let's see what happens. Things are changing so fast. Things are turning around. I think a lot of investors are feeling bullish because there's a lot of investors that have money in this stock up here. So now it's going to run back up to give other investors an opportunity. So right now there's two ways to look at this. A lot of volatility and you risk, riding the waves. Or we might just keep on pulling up and every time it pulls up, just drop right down because everyone's trying to get out to either break even or cut their losses or take a small profit. But let's look here at our new resistance level and support. And it's pretty interesting. I had already done this before this actually popped up and now it became a resistance level. So if this gets broken through, your next one would be up here. Now, these aren't official resistance levels, but I like to use them because it's the highest point in these time frames. And I like to kind of keep it narrow, like I won't just jump up to all the way over here. So we can pay very close attention to what these stocks are doing. But the most important thing, in my opinion right now, is the 50-day moving average. That's the true resistance, 2003. Now, since it's so broad, I want to see how things are going in between. And I want to help you guys as investors see and dissect this as much as possible so you can watch this between these levels. So 2003, in my opinion, is the true resistance because it gets you back into bullish territory and the bulls need to break away from it to reach newer highs. But before getting there, there's a long stretch, so let's go ahead and look at it. So the first thing is our support, 1338. That's the lowest point reached in this downward trend. 1338, if that gets broken through, we need to watch this very carefully because the next low would be down here at 1225. You can write that down to keep it in mind according to the volatility of where this goes. But right now, 1338 seems to be the bottom, and there's already kind of a consolidation here, sideways movement, and momentum building. So you just want to watch this carefully as an investor and be aware of this support level. If it gets broken through, we could be on our way down to newer lows and pulling further away from the 50-day moving average. Now, our resistance is 1747 based off of what I saw. Right now, the stock is sitting at 1750, which is slightly above it. So It's kind of sitting there and fighting to get through that. So if it does break through that in the next 30-minute time frame, which this one's about to end in 5 minutes, 1747 is ideally what I was looking at. But if it gets broken through officially, 1894 is your next resistance level, and it kind of shows you a midway point between the 50-day moving average and the current resistance level. Now, 1894 needs to be broken through and turn into a support so this can pull up higher to newer resistance levels and newer highs. But it's going to be very important for every single investor to be aware that breaking through these resistance levels do not signify or guarantee that the stock is going to break through the 50-day moving average and get back into bullish territory. This is just an indicator for us investors to know where this is heading and if the stock is working its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on every notification to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add this to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the stock I'm about to share with you guys is in the energy sector. For most of you guys that are aware of the energy sector and renewable resources, a lot of people are focusing on fuel cell, plug power, blink charging, other stocks like Nexera Energy. Those are all great stocks to focus in on. But the one I'm coming across right now, and it's going to be an effective merger sometime soon, is STPK, Star Peak Energy Transition Corp. Now, based off of what I've seen, they're going to merge with STEM, based off of the research that I've seen and what I've seen in articles. Now, if anybody wants to reiterate that or go ahead and correct me, you're more than welcome, or confirm that for me. I would appreciate that. But STPK, the energy sector is booming. And this is a merger company that has just been running since, the blank check started to be publicly traded. We've seen it go from literally $10 all the way up to $37, almost $40, come right back down to 24, and it's running up to already almost 30 and leveled off at 28. I need every single investor to be aware that it's a little bit volatile, and it's definitely one you need to do your research and see if you believe in the company so you can make your own rational decision as an investor. But this is definitely one to watch going into the year, especially with how the energy sector is reacting to the new administration and also the way things are being revamped up to go ahead and push for cleaner energy. Like, that's becoming almost from, quote unquote impossible goal or like a taboo, almost turning into a norm. That's going to be the future, and we're taking steps into the future. And if you really think about it, we are in the future as we speak, as we see, as we move. So this is something that's becoming a reality. So STPK, whether the merger goes ahead and goes through, I believe it's actually already confirmed, and that's why there's this type of bullishness, that there's going to be so much room for this company moving forward. So STPK is definitely one you want to have on your watch list. Keep it on your radar. Do your due diligence. Do your research. But so much potential here. And the volatility is not unhealthy. I mean, it pulled back, but it's running right back up. And we want to see if this consolidates within this area. Or will it pull right back down around this area, consolidate till the next catalyst, and actually push itself up? Because every single time it's pushed itself up, kind of moves sideways, upwards, a little bit down, and then it ran up. And here we are already seeing it a little bit down and already running up. We want to see if it continues to run up to newer highs, new resistance levels, or will it kind of cool off, and it lets us know if this may be an opportunity to go ahead and do a rational decision as an investor. So I hope that if you didn't know or weren't aware of this company, or you were and you completely forgot about it, you keep this one in mind moving forward, because the opportunity of growth potential is there. And how fast it's grown and the merger hasn't even executed is pretty impressive. And that just tells you how much more bullish the sentiment of investors is, and how the future outlook for this company merger / sector is moving forward. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, let's make some money.